Leon Bridges' journey is a story about discovering a creative voice that was present long before the world began to notice it. His public image may suggest confidence, vintage style, and effortless soul, but the path behind that image included shyness, isolation, financial difficulty, uncertainty, and years of small performances. By looking at his childhood, his relationship with music, and the choices that shaped his sound, we can understand that success did not appear from nowhere. It grew from personal memories, patient practice, cultural roots, and the courage to be honest. His story invites us to ask how a person turns private experiences into art that can speak to many people. The first public image many people saw of Leon Bridges came through the opening of the music video for Coming Home. The visual style looked like an old recording. Analog tape players turned. Bridges warmed up with a gospel sound, gently tuned his guitar, and approached the microphone with quiet concentration. Then his silhouette moved down a darkened street beneath a faded marquee. His polished shoes, pressed clothes, and tilted felt hat created a memorable vintage image. But the real power came from the voice and the feeling behind it. The scene introduced a young artist who seemed connected to an earlier musical era while still speaking directly to a modern audience. His presentation felt carefully shaped, yet it also felt personal and believable. For the attention, Bridges did not see himself as a natural star. He was painfully shy as a child and remained noticeably quiet when he was not performing. Even though his voice carried a warm gospel quality, he did not believe he was good enough to audition or fit into a musical group. His later success therefore cannot be understood as a sudden miracle. It was built on a tension between ability and self-doubt. People heard confidence in his singing before he fully felt it inside himself. This part of the story is important for learners, because talent and confidence do not always arrive together. Sometimes a person begins with a gift but needs time, experience, and encouragement before believing that the gift deserves a place in the world. Bridges' childhood helped shape the emotional honesty of his music. After his parents separated when he was 7, he divided his time between suburban Fort Worth and inner-city Dallas. His family struggled financially, and after Hurricane Katrina, relatives from New Orleans temporarily joined the household. He was surrounded by family members, yet he still felt isolated. At school he did not know where he belonged, had few friends, and felt that other people did not want to be close to him. This experience created a deep sense of being without a place. Later, that feeling became part of the emotional material he could transform into music. His story shows that loneliness is not always solved simply by being physically near other people. The longing also requires recognition, connection, and a sense that one's presence matters. When Bridges felt disconnected, music gave him a private space where memories and emotions could move freely. He listened to the songs other young people enjoy and connected them with ordinary moments, such as dancing to music in his garage or hearing Dallas hip-hop. At community college, he studied dance and remembered being inspired by watching his father moonwalk. Singing and playing guitar began as hobbies rather than a carefully planned career. He performed at open mics and small shows, gradually learning how to stand in front of people. His sound changed as he explored neo-soul, folky R&B, and traditional soul with horns. Music did not erase his past, but it helped him give that past rhythm, shape, and meaning. A friend once asked Bridges whether Sam Cooke had influenced him. At first, Bridges had not even listened closely to the older soul singers people would later use as comparisons. Instead of feeling embarrassed, he became curious and searched for the music. When he finally heard it, he recognized something important. This was the kind of music he wanted to create. The discovery did not mean that he simply copied the past. He listened to the traditions of soul, gospel, Texas blues, and R&B, then began filtering them through his own experiences and personality. Learning one's roots can make an artist more original, not less. Bridges' example shows how research, listening, and cultural understanding can help a person find a direction that feels genuinely personal. For a couple of years, Bridges performed locally, but often struggled to attract more than 20 people. He lived at home, worked as a waiter, and later washed dishes after his mother lost her medical field job. These details make his later success more meaningful because they show the unglamorous work behind it. He continued practicing and appearing in small venues even when the audience was tiny. At one local dive, he played for a crowd of only 5 people, That small room did not make the performance unimportant. It became the place where Austin Jenkins unexpectedly hurt him. Persistence often works quietly. A person repeats the craft, accepts modest opportunities, and keeps showing up until the right listener happens to be present. Austin Jenkins, notice Bridges' distinctive 1950s-inspired fashion and later encountered him performing in the small local venue. Bridges opened with Coming Home, and Jenkins recognized that the performance felt direct rather than artificial. With Joshua Block, Jenkins would help produce the album using live all-analog equipment. Jenkins described Bridges as someone who listened to Texas blues, gospel, and R&B and then passed those influences through his own identity. The result was not an imitation of an earlier singer. It was a personal voice shaped by history, memory, and present experience. This moment shows why collaboration matters. A talented person may already possess a strong voice, but the right collaborator can hear its character, protect its honesty, and help more people recognize it. The music of Coming Home combines urgency with nostalgia, smiles with tears, and personal memories with a wider sense of the past. Bridges wrote about family, love, truth, and the people who shaped him. One proud moment was paying off his mother's debt, and his songs carried the emotional weight of those relationships. He explained that he did not want to write flashy soul songs merely to impress an audience. He wanted listeners to see a genuine person. That is the central lesson of the story. Technique can be studied, but authenticity must be lived. A creative voice becomes powerful when it connects skill with experience and when a person has the courage to tell the truth of who they are.